Yeah, but it's clear on my screen for quali. Is it? What, wet race, dry qualifying?
It's a wet race.
Yeah, what's qualifying? Dry? Yeah? Egley?
So quali is dry.
Yeah. And
0 to 20 is rain, 20 is cloudy, 45 is dry.
okay. So mixed conditions then. Good luck, Dan. Good luck, Zane. So it's mixed conditions in the race, is it, Di? Miles. All right, mate. Cheers for that, Di. Good luck in the race, mate. For the Italian Grand Prix. And I've been told that we've got a dry qualifying, and we've also got mixed conditions. So there's not much point really starting on qualifying on the mediums. Just want to get out there on the softs and go as quick as you can. On board with Mini Godbold on his outlap. Let's try and find someone that's further along than Mini. And looking at it is Stanaman, round Parabolica for the first time. Building speed now in the top, crossing the line, opens the DRS. Heading down to Rettifilio, turns 1 and 2. Nice through there. Up for Curva Grande. Up to Deca Rogier, 4 and 5. And heading up now to the first Lesmo. Back 2. Keeping it clean into the second Lesmo. Still clean. Downhill now, under the bridge, as we're heading up now to Ascari. Hard on the brakes, back 3. Hard on the accelerator now, onto the back straight. Big Dave is retired. Heading down now for Parabolica. Coming round Parabolica now. Drunk by Frissy has set the fastest lap so far on a 120.3. Looking at it, Stan Man is going to go a little bit quicker than that. A 119.0. Good lap from Stanaman. On board with Mini Godbold now. Kuna Matata goes second on a 119.1. Mini's invalidated. On board with Domain Zane now. Up the hill, coming into Ascari. Lovely onboard view. Clean up until now. Nicely through Ascari. Tycho goes fastest on a 119.0. 2,000 separating Tycho and Stanaman. Zane coming out of the Parabolica now. Let the car drift out wide. And crosses the line to go P6 on a 119.6. Back on board with Mini Godbold. Nice to see a Ferrari getting out of the way. Heading up to the first Lesmo. Drops it back 2. Hard on the accelerator now, 6th. Back 2 again for the second Lesmo. Dropping down the hill now. Under the bridge, up the hill. Entering Ascari now. Back 3, back 4 gears. it invalidates again in the middle of Ascari. He'll have to pit this lap for a new set of tyres. On board with Conrad. Conrad is just touring round at the moment. Luckily he gets away there, doesn't invalidate. And secondly, out of the second Lesmo, into the first part of Ascari, the right, the left, onto the back straight now, heading down to the Parabolica. Let the car drift out slightly to the left hand side of the track. Hard on the brakes. Hard on accelerate now, coming out of Parabolica. Crosses the line to go P6 on a 1:19.2. Good lap. Die miles on a lap, he's going and looking at it. Going back in the pits, I would say, unless he's building. We'll see now. And back in the pits goes Die miles. Carlos is coming out. Big Davey and Egley Usher are the only two retirees at the moment. Carton Legends done a lovely lap. A 1:19.1, showing a good turn of speed again. No Future to See, I would say, has got it in him for pole tonight. As soon as he set a 1:19.194 on the medium tyres. The softer tyres are usually between 4 and 6 tenths a lap quicker. Some interesting facts about the track. There's been 9 different variations of Monza, and this is the 9th variation of it. It was once upon a time an oval circuit, but over the years different variations have been added and taken away, and this is the 9th variation of the Monza circuit. In total there's been 108 Italian F1 drivers throughout the years, from the early 50s to the present day. Rubens Barrichello still holds the lap record set in 2004 in the Ferrari V10. And just to name a few of the F1 drivers that's been, past and present, is Giacomo Agostini, Michele Alboreto, Mario Andretti, Alberto Ascari, Luca Badoer, Giancarlo Fisichella, Antonio Giovinazzi, Riccardo Patrese, and a Formula 1 driver who lost his legs in a nasty crash in America, Alex Zanardi. So now everyone's going out for a second run. On board with Tycho now. Heading up to turn 3 and 4. Sorry, 4 and 5. Small lock up there upon entry into the first Lesmo, into the second Lesmo now. Little bit of a wiggle on the back end. We'll see him now as he comes down now and up the hill into Ascari. Nice shot this is. Gets a nice tow from the McLaren in front of him. Lovely tow. McLaren should stay one side. Nice. That will have given him a little bit more speed, a couple of tenths. And heading to the line now to cross a line of 1:18.9. Good lap from Tycho. On board now with Carden Legend, previous F1 champion, come out of retirement to see what he can do against the latest crop of drivers. We'll watch him through Ascari and down the back straight. Looking after his tyres, that's what you should be looking at, is looking after your tyres on your outlap. And then slowly building speed then, down the back straight. And then hard on the accelerator then as you're going into Parabolica. As you can see now, he's building now. Mid-apex, hard on the accelerator now. Out of Parabolica, across the line. DRS opens. Should see him hitting speeds of maybe 213, 214 miles per hour. Down in the Rettifilio. Nicely through there. Hard on the power. Just mention that Carton is using a Fanatec race wheel. Up towards the first Lesmo now. Tucks the car in. Lovely. Second Lesmo. Let the car drift out. Nice. DRS opens. Heading up now to Ascari. He's a 10.5 up on his fastest time. Lovely through Ascari. Looking to get everything out of the car now. Hard on the brakes into Parabolica. Hard on the throttle now. Hug the inside line and crosses the line to go P1. What a fantastic lap from Carton Ledge on a 1:18.872. Good lap. So now I think Tycho will go for a third run. Konski in P3 at the moment. It's going well. Mini Godbolt should get out on a set of softs. So now if Conrad goes in, his petrol light is flashing, I would say he's coming in the pits. Yep, and in the pits he comes. On board with no future to see, and he loses it coming out of Ascari. And invalidates. So I would say unless he's going to really push these soft tyres, he may go for one more. Because I think he's only got one more set. And here we go. Down to turns 1 and 2. You want to try and avoid the sausage curb in turn 2. Lovely through there. Hard on the power now. Up to 4 and 5. Clip the inside curbs and invalidates. We get on board with Di Miles now, see how Di's getting on. He's on currently on a 120.4. He's a 10.5 down so far. Up to Lesmo 1 now. Lucky not to invalidate there. Looks like to be struggling a little bit with the front end of the car. Good turn of speed up towards Ascari. 2.5 tenths up. And we've got Migrate and Host. Di Miles back in the pits. On board with Stanaman now. Locks up into turn 1. Seems to correct himself a little bit. All the cars are starting to come out now. Yeah, Stannerman's 4/10ths down. So I would have said he'll back out of this lap. Not Penny's boat is back online, so I don't know what's happened there. I hope it doesn't cause me any problems. Two seconds down, so yeah, I would say Stanman's backed out. On board now with Conrad on an out lap. Tycho warming his tyres, heading down towards Parabolica. Staying to the right hand side of the track. Nice to let the McLaren through, nice and clean. Get a nice tow now from the McLaren in front of him. And here we go. Crossing the line, DRS opens. As Di Miles retires from the session, this is going to cost Tycho a little bit, but shouldn't hold him up too much. A little bit of a lock up into turns 1 and 2. Lovely. Clips the apex tidy. In Curva Grande now. Heading up to Rogier. Back 5 gears. Nice and clean through there. Up to Lesmo 1. Nice and tidy through Lesmo 1. Lesmo 2 coming up, nice and tidy through there. Di Miles retires from the session. Up to Ascari, 2/10ths up. This is the pole lap. Nice and tidy through Ascari. Down the back straight now, heading down towards Parabolica. This will be his final lap. Though there's a bit of a timing glitch because I'm doing the spectating and the commentary. Heads across the line now to go pole on a 1:18.5. 3/10ths a second quicker than Carton Legend. Back on board with Carton now. 3.5 up. Absolutely on the ragged edge. We'll stay on board with Carton Legend. A 4-time F1 champion for PSF1. Hard on the power now. Down the hill under the bridge. Heading towards Ascari. Get Ascari right now. 3.5 up. So far so good through Ascari. Nice turn of speed on the car. This is going to be low 118s if he can just hold it together in Parabolica. Lovely in the Parabolica, hard on the accelerator now. Heading over the line, hug the line to the inside. Crosses the line to go a 1:18.4 for pole position. Good lap from Carden. And I think that wraps up and over. And Carton Legend, pole position, back where he should be at the front. Just take a screenshot. Any more for any more. As we can see, MSA Samad has got a 5 grid place penalty. I take it that's to do with Egley Usher, an incident that he's probably had with Egley. But the top 10 is Carton Legend on pole, Tycho 2nd, MSA Samad 3rd, Konski 4th, GTR Lion 5th, Stannerman 6th, Kuna Matata 7th, Drunk by Fristy 8th, 9th is Domain Zane, rounding out the top 10, Di Miles. Now we have our statutory 2-minute wait, so the drivers can get their setups on. As we can see, it's going to be a wet start of the race, and then from what I can gather from Dime Miles and Egley Usher, it's going to gradually get dry. So it'll be a wet to dry race. Looking at the times that was set, low 18s, I would say they're on dry setups. Had it have been a dry start to the race and for argument's sake 10 to 15 minutes in turn into heavy rain, then everyone would have done it on wet setups. Normally it's a one-stop race, soft to mediums. Me personally, I wouldn't like to be mid-pack at the start, because you got the 6 or 8 or maybe 10 cars steaming into the back of you, because you've got to judge the cars braking in front of you to get your braking correct, and then the cars behind have got to judge when you're going to brake. And there we are. This is going to be an interesting race, because there's a couple of turns. The turn 1, 2, Curva Grande should be okay. 4 and 5 should be okay. The first and second Lesmo should be okay. The biggest problem I see for the drivers in the opening laps is Ascari, turns 8, 9 and 10. And there we go, Carton leading them around for the installation lap. Normally in the modern day, the Tifosi, which are the Ferrari fans, will be going mad now with their horns and their fireworks. But to anyone out there that's been watching on YouTube the testing times, it looks like it's going to be a little bit closer, but I honestly think that Mercedes is sandbagging a little bit. Though we'll find out soon enough, as at the end of this month it's the first race of the season. It's an intermediates starting. MSA Samad disqualified from the session, so he's either bumped into someone or he's had a moment, but he's got a 5 grid place penalty. So in 10th is Dime Miles, Carlos is 11th, Tactics is 12th, Mini Godbo 13th, Big Dave 14th, Egley Usher 15th, and CH55 Max in 16th place. But it's going to be whoever can get off the line the cleanest. Let's get our spectator menu on. Everyone on intermediates. Carton now slows down as the computer takes over the car. 2 cars disqualified from the session. Big Dave and Mini Godbold. There's the stops on the screen. 1 stop race. Inters, lap 13 to lap 18. Inters to the end, but we know it's going to be dry towards the end. So now we're just waiting. Now there'll be a 5 to 7 second wait because of the time difference between myself, the commentator, and the drivers. But we're on board with Carton at the moment. Lights are out and away we go. So far so good. Tycho on the inside takes the lead from Carton Legend, and here we go, hard on the brakes, and I can see damage in the back. Someone's lost a wing, and Mini Godball's got a 5 second penalty, severe collision with Carlos, and we have a safety car. Run down through the grid, you see a lot of front wing damage on some of the cars. Mini Godball there. Konski's got a 5 second grid pace penalty for 5 second penalty, sorry, ignoring the yellows. As we can see, Mini Godball has lost his entire right end plate and heavy damage to his front wing, so he'll have to box. The McLaren behind of Stanaman is clean. Going back to Domain Zane now, let's have a look at Domain Zane's car. And he's got his front wing intact, looking good. Carlos looks like to have his front wing intact, yes. Hopefully get a better view now as he comes into Ascari. No, he's missing a left end plate. On board with Di Miles, who started 10th. Heavy wing damage, so he's had a moment as well. So Di Miles is going to have to pit. They're going to double stack the Mercedes. Tactics, good wing. On board with MSA Samad. No wing damage from him. On board with Egli Usher, should be good for Egli. No wing damage, make up a couple of places here. On board with Max now, his teammate, no wing damage. Nice to see. Big Dave in the pits, obviously got damage. Back on board with Tycho. Big Dave, 5 second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Carton Legend there, nice. No damage. Drunk by Fristy up from 7th, I think. We'll have a look now. Changes. Detail. There we go. We got timing screens are all the cock at the moment. I'm sorry. Just let the timing screens sort themselves out, because we know Conrad isn't leading and Di Miles is in second. And Di Miles hasn't made up 9 places. So back on board with our leader, Tycho. Kuna Matata says second. Carton Legend third. I don't know what's happened there. How Kuna Matata has got past Carton Legend is beyond me, because on the safety car you're not allowed to pass on the safety car, so I don't know whether he's going to have to hand that position back. But as we can see, the biggest winners is Tycho up 1 place, Kuna Matata up 4, Carton Legend down 2 from pole, GTR Lioness staying P4, Drunk by Fristy up 2, Mini Godbold is in the pits now, was up 7 places, so he's going to drop to the back of the grid. Stanaman down 1 place, Domain Zane up 2, Tactics up 4, MSA Samad down 1, Egli Usher up 5 places. Nice to see last season's teammate up in the points. CH55 Max into 11th. Conrad P12 after pitting. Looks like to be struggling with the car in the wet, as I know he does struggle in the wet. It doesn't go very well for him normally in the wet. Carlos in 13th. Mini Godbold just exiting the pits now in P14. Big Dave behind him. Big Dave must have been a country mile behind him. Di Miles 5 second penalty for speeding in the pits. Going in now. Went to give it a try on looking at it, the soft tyres, for whatever reason, but it wasn't. It's a glitch. New front wing going on. Brand new set of int is going on. And away he goes. Back on board now with the leaders. I think the safety car could be coming in this lap. We'll see now, normally halfway down this straight. But normally it's 3 laps for a safety car. Looking at it, it's going to stay out for another lap. Yes. I think Tycho is our current F1 champion. So he's got all to do this season to try and do back-to-back. But I don't think he's going to have it all his own way this season. So of course at the moment the only 2 people that I see with penalties is Big Dave and Di Miles. We'll try and find Di Miles now to see where he is on track. Try and pick up the leaders. The leaders are heading up towards first Lesmo. Di Miles keeps on saying 5 second. He's back in the pits for whatever reason again. Get rid of his 5 second penalty, and Di Miles I think is going to go onto a set of softs. God help us, because I wouldn't have said the track is dry enough yet for softs. Everyone's coming down towards Ascari now. Safety car is in this lap. Tycho will start to back the pack up now. He controls the pace. See where Di Miles is into turn 1. So Di Miles is almost a lap down. He is going to absolutely crawl around on these softs. I think way too early. But got to give it a try, you never know. He seems to be slowly getting up to speed. Into Parabolica now. Tycho still holding him back. As he's on the throttle now, and away he goes. You're not allowed to overtake until you cross the start and finish line, and on the way we go. Caught Kuna Matata napping there a little bit. 8/10 is the gap. Into turn 1, turn 2. Tidy through there. Drop back down. We got yellow flags. Just looking to see if there's any damage. So far so good. Yeah. Carlos has retired from the session. And there's his car there in the background. Mini Godbowl got damage. Heavy front wing damage again. Di Miles staying out on them soft tyres now. Though you're not going to see spray, you never see any spray off the soft tyres. But we'll see what Di Miles can do, because everyone in front of him has got to pit. He'll feather it through turns 1 and 2. Yeah, you can see the cars moving around underneath him a little bit. So I think maybe it was a little bit too early, but it looks like the track is drying. There's the spray coming off the intermediate tyre, so it shows that there is a little bit of moisture still on the track as Tycho sets the fastest lap. Down into turn 1 and 2. Nice and tidy through there. 8/10 still the gap. Carlos has left the session. I wouldn't expect him to stay in and watch it. On board with Carton Legend now. Tycho's trying to do as much as he can to try and break Kuna Matata, try and get him out of the DRS range for when the DRS comes online. Once the track dries out enough. As you can see, the gap is now hovering between 9/10 and a second. Carton a further second back. but there doesn't look like to be much spray on these tyres. We'll go on board with Tyco now to see what the spray is looking like. There's still a small amount of spray as Tyco feathers the throttle through a Ascari. Mini Godball picking up a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Now it's going to come down to who's going to box first. Tyco has broken the second gap now, and on he goes, and into the pits comes Tyco. We'll stay on board with Tyco. As we can see, Carton Legend stays out. Kuna Matata also in, so I would say these boys are going to be pitting now for either for softs or mediums. I would say softs is the way to go, and Tyco's being held up something chronic here for the cars coming in. That will have cost him dearly. Mediums for Tyco, hards for Fristy. Loads of different strategies taking place here now. I would say Fristy is definitely going to go to the end. Now they're going to have to take it easy on these tyres for the first lap, as everyone is starting to slowly bunch themselves up. GTR Lion still out on the Indies. He will be boxing this lap, as so too will Carton Legend. The gap between first and fourth is 18 3/4 seconds. So there's a very, very good chance here that GTR Lion is going to be looking at maybe provisional pole, if not coming out in a very, very close to Kuna Matata and Tyco. On board with GTR Lion as he goes in the pits. Carton late into the pits. CH55 Max into the pits. Back on board with Tyco now as he's heading down towards Parabolica. And there's a fight going on behind between MSA Samad in the Haas and Kuna Matata on the hards. Back on board, GTR Lion comes out, still in first place. So the biggest loser here is Carton Legend. Went from 2nd to 11th. Onto a set of mediums, I take it he will be going to the end. 19 laps is doable. The soft runners will have to stop again. Big Dave still going well. Conrad, time penalties. Down in 13th, I know it's not where he wants to be, down 10 places. Mini God Bowl has been struggling. You can see the back end is stepping away from him a little. Di Miles, his teammate, heavy front wing damage again. So Di's going to pit again. I can also see him maybe retiring, though I wouldn't like to see it myself. Yeah, and that isn't very good, as it brings out a safety car. Live on stream, I can see Di Miles getting a hefty slap on the wrists for that. Go back to the leaders now. So the top 10: GTR Lion in first place, MSA Samad in second, Tyco third. As we see, Stanaman pitting. Stanaman will probably go for a set of the mediums to the end. And back out he goes. Let's have a look. The tyres of everyone, as you can see there. The only person is Domain Zane, who will have to stop again on the soft tyres. So Domain Zane is out of position. As them tyres will start to wear as the race goes on. But not very professional of Di Miles by crashing into the pit wall on the pit entrance. Bringing out the safety car for the second time won't go down well with the stewards later. I'm not sure what the penalty is going to be. After fighting so long to get into the F1 league, you're now in the F1 league and then you start making errors like that live on stream. No, I'm sorry, it sends out the wrong message to people that are spectating via YouTube. And it won't go down well with not Penny's Boat, who is the league owner. But Carton Legend 7th, Stanaman 8th, Tactics 9th, Drunk by Fristy 10th, Mini Godbold 11th, Big Dave back in the pits, another set of tyres, and on his way he goes again. Conrad in the pits, what he's going on, a brand new set of softs, he's getting rid of a time penalty as well. Looks like a 5-second penalty. Di Miles has left the session and out goes Conrad. These drivers will need to catch up to the back of the pack again now. We'll get off the lovely. I don't know what GTR Lion's doing. I don't know whether the safety car has set us in this lap, but looking at it, it'll say when the light goes off on the top of the car. So safety car looks like it's going to stay out for another lap. GTR Lion wants to pick up the pace a little bit. I know he can't pass the safety car, but he shouldn't be slowing the pack up. What if he wants to is drop back from the safety car a little bit, so everyone else drops back, so he can pull away and warm his tyres a little. Excuse me. But it's the second safety car. Few penalties as we look down. Egley Usher is looking good in 12th place. 2 cars in front of him's got penalties. If he can hang on to the back of them, he's going to be top 10, providing he goes clean and clear tonight. The main Zane, this will have bought his soft tyres 3 laps under the safety car, as he'll be taking it easy. How long's he been on his tyres? 3 laps, so 8 to 27, 19. Yeah, he's going to struggle. I can't see him going to the end on softs. Kuna Matata is on the hard tyres. I can see him getting sucked in by a few of the drivers behind him on the mediums, on the faster tyre. Safety car in this lap as we see the lights go out on the top. Back on board with our leader now. He will demand the pace. But as it is, you're gonna see practically the full grid up as far as 12th, steaming down into turn 1s and turn 2 of Rita Filio. Now he's slowing the parabolica here. You can see when he gets on the power now. Here he goes, and away he goes. Hard on the power. MSA Samad going with him in the slipstream. Not allowed to pass until they cross the line. He's crossed the line. MSA Samad going to the inside. Locks up on the front wheel, GTR Lion. Looking at it, everyone is through. I don't see any damage at the moment. So far so good. Yeah, so far so good. Everyone's through. First Lesmo into the second Lesmo. Tidy through there. Down the hill now. Under the bridge. Into a Ascari for the first time now, after the safety car. Nice through there. GTR Lion looks like he's struggling a little bit on entry speed, so I don't know what his setup's looking like. See Max picking up and Kuna Matata picking up a penalty there. DRS will come online, I think it's usually second or third lap after the safety car. GTR Lion setting the fastest lap currently, though we're going to see that time tumble. Moving down through the grid now. Cars are all pretty much bunched up at the moment, though they will start to spread out. Carton Legend in P7, I don't know what he can do from there as we see a move. Zane going well on the softs. Zane's now starting to push now. His tyres will only be good for about 3 or 4 laps as we see a Ferrari going off in the background. CH55 Max is retired from the session. And we have a third safety car. Now are we going to see everyone coming in and going on to the softs with 14 laps to go? Doable. Looks like CH55 Max got onto the curbs in the Lesmo, or exiting the Lesmo, got too much curb and it just threw him out to the right hand side of the track. In the Parabolica now, who's going to pit? And here we go. In the pits we have Domain Zane. I can see Domain Zane honestly going for another set of softs. No. Yes, a brand new set of softs going on, looking at, I think. I might be wrong. See if we can get on board with him. No, he's on mediums. I thought he might have gone for a set of softs here, because that is very doable. Because he's going to save 3 laps under the safety car. So that would bring him up to 17. And 10 laps on a set of softs, easy. Carton Legend now. On a brand new set of mediums looking at it. I don't know what's happened with Carton Legend. Down in 12th. Mini Godbold close behind him on a set of softs. Now Mini should carve his way through the field. On board. Medium tyres for GTR Lion. Well, we've got the rev glitch on Kuna Matata on the hards. I thought he might have pitted and gone on a set of mediums. 5-second penalty for Egley Usher. Collision with Big Dave. So I don't know what's going on there. Let's get on board, see if there's any damage. No damage currently at the moment. Big Dave is going to box. Let's see if it's going to be a wing change, as we see Mini Godbolt's in the pits as well. Yes, it's a wing change for Big Dave, so Big Dave has got wing damage, so I presume he's gone into the back of Eggly Usher, which has given Eggly Usher a 5-second penalty, which happens to be the I think it's like a glitch in the game. You only have to tap someone on the rear end on the safety car and get a 5-second penalty, which is a stupid penalty in my eyes. Stanaman P4, Drunk by Fristy P5, Tactics P6, Conrad Konski up to 7th, Eggly in 7th, in 8th, sorry. Be nice to see Eggly getting points tonight. Driving automatic gears, but he's running medium traction, no brake assist, which he's been learning now the past couple of races. Tycho in P9. Now I know P9 isn't where Tycho wants to be, though he will make short work of Eggly. The main Zane I can see carving his way through. Cart and Legend here now. I wonder how his setup is working out for him. It was good enough to put him on pole. Mini Godbolt on the softs. And Big Dave rounding out the top 13. Also on softs. Good call from them. Another lap under the safety car. Are we going to see anyone boxing again? Yes, we got a Ferrari in the box. Eggly Usher. I can see Eggly going on to a set of softs. I don't know if he's got damage. He's got a 5-second penalty, which he'll serve now in the pits. Good idea to get that out of the way. Nope. Another set of mediums. So now his 5-second time penalty is gone. So that's all he needs to do now is catch up to the back of the pack and he'll be clean and clear. No time penalties against his name. And that's what it's going to come down to at the end of the race. There, as we can see, back on board with MSA Samad. Excuse me while I just get a drink. As we see, the safety car is in this lap. And MSA Samad will now demand the pace and control it. I wonder if he's going to catch GTR Lion napping. It's like MSA Samad. He can choose when to go. When the safety car crosses the line into the pits, he can choose when to go. And looking at it, he's gone. No, he's backed off. Yeah, it's not advisable because it bunches everyone up and it can cause accidents behind, and away he goes now. MSA Samad is away. But of course, as you can see, the cars behind are very, very tightly bunched together. Down in the Retafilio. Locks up the front wheel on GTR Lion. Won't help him at all. Allow the car behind him, Kuna Matata, to get close to him. As we can see now, Kuna Matata well in the slipstream now. Right under his gearbox and goes round, trying to make the move around the outside. This can work. And he's got the inside now. Lovely pass. Beautiful move round the outside on them hard tyres. Up to the Lesmo 1. Can he get onto the back? As we see Carton going backwards. We got yellow flags in sector 2, so Has Egliusher got damage? No. Mini Godbold. Has he got damage? No. So Carton Legends had a moment, I think. The mains ain't going well, as we see another nice little battle going on in front of Tactics with Tycho. So Tycho's passed. Mini Godbold retires from the session. Sector 3, we don't know where that is. We have a 4th safety car, and the cars will be boxing now for the soft tyres. This is where it's at. This will work out well for Eggley and Carton Legend. Brand new set of softs, I would say. Yep, on they go. Fantastic move by these two drivers. Safety car came at the right time for these two. Get onto the back of the pack now and hopefully force the front runners in the boxing. MSA Samad now is staying on Delta, but you can see he's having to feather the throttle to keep it in the green, not to get a penalty for speeding under the safety car. He will box this lap, I would say, for a set of softs. 9 laps to go. They're going to do 3 under the safety car. 6 laps. It's going to be a sprint race to the end. Keep an eye on the gap between Kuna Matata and MSA Samad. It's 5.8 seconds. He shouldn't really be gaining time under the safety car, but he is and he isn't. So I would say MSA Samad, he's trying to get to the pits as soon as he can. He'll enter the pit lane and he can go as fast as he wants. And in he goes. It'll be a set of softs for MSA Samad, but it's weird. It's gonna feed him out. We could be looking at as we can see all the drivers now starting to come in. Softs going on, and away he goes. Currently P8. Fristy's in the pits, Tactics in the pits. Everyone going on softs. Carton Legend in Parabolica. Now Carton Legend, let's see if he can make up any places. Egliusher in P12. Let's see if these boys can make up some places with the drivers that's in the pits. Carton Legend past the pits. He goes P10. Egliusher P11, so he's past Fristy. Kuna Matata, sorry mate, you should have boxed. Because the chasing pack behind you, mediums and softs, your hard tyres ain't going to hold them off. A brave move, yeah, but Ida says definitely box, get off them hards, get onto a nice fresh set of softs, and then a sprint race to the end. So to me it's a wasted opportunity, because if he pits now, he's going to be last. As we can see, he's got the rev glitch. We'll see what he does this lap, because he's got a time penalty. He would go in the pit, he'd get rid of his time penalty. Safety car in this lap. So that's thrown a spanner right in the works for him. Hard on the power now. Over the line he comes. Leading the race. I just can't see him holding the drivers behind off the back of him. They're just going to swamp him. Hard on the brakes into turn 1 now. Turn 2, clips a curb. That will have taken a lot of speed off him. You can see that both McLarens behind him, they're all over the back of him. Nice move. Conrad making a move up the inside. Beautiful move. Tycho up the inside. Conrad up the P3 now. Conrad will be looking to get past Kuna Matata as quick as he can. Stanaman, P1, nice move. I can't see Kuna Matata holding on to the back of Stanman. The chasing pack will catch him, and they'll just make him look like he's going backwards, like he's got a gear missing in his car. with the time penalty he's got, whether it be 1, 2 or 3, if the flag was to go out now, he's going to drop down last. But as you can see now, the cars all in the slipstreams, they're very, very tightly bunched together. Into Parabolica we go. Kuna Matata. Staying out still. Conrad, still P3. Samad, all over this gearbox. Tycho, all over Samad's gearbox. And here we're going to see a move now down into turn 1. Lovely camera angle down into turn 1. Conrad is fighting well, but he can't hold off MSA Samad. Renault on the grass. That will have taken the speed out of Conrad. Oh, we've got a crash. And it is Domain Zane. He's off. Oh, there's a massive crash behind. Big Dave is retired from the session. We have a 5th safety car. We have 11 runners. Big Dave is retired from the session. Let's try and get on board with Conrad. GTR Lion, no damage there. And Domain Zane, because whatever was going on between them pair, I don't know whether Domain Zane got tagged in all that, and that's what threw him out. But Domain Zane is going to have to box now, so it's going to be a set of softs for 6 laps. Let's get back on with the leader. Is the leader going to box? No. P2 doesn't box. P3 doesn't box. P4. P5. P6. Domain Zane's got a box. He's got to have a new front wing. Bumps everyone up a place. Carton Legend up to 7th. Domain Zane's going to have to go softs, I would say. New front wing. This will get rid of his time penalty, as we see that the cars behind him coming in. Or going out, as I should say. They're in. New front wing on. Come on. Get a move on. Tactics having a new front wing. So he's damaged somewhere along the line. And away Tactics goes. Drunk by Fristy. Just getting out now. Set us off for Fristy. Let's have a look now on the interval. Fastest lap is still MSA Samad, but I feel that is going to change. Egliosha up 7 places to 8th. He'd be rubbing his hands together. And there we have the tyres. Stanaman P1 mediums. Samad P2 softs. Kuna Matata, to me, still on the wrong tyres, on the hards. Tycho P4 mediums. Konrad Konski P5 mediums. GTR Lion P6 mediums. Carton Legend perfect tyre softs in 7th. Egliosha softs in 8th. Domain Zane 9th on the softs. Tactics P10 on the softs, and Drunk by Fristy on the softs in P11. Personally, I think Kuna Matata is definitely, he's going to get swamped by the cars behind him. The soft runners, it's going to be a 4-lap sprint race with DRS. Everyone will be in. Oh, we got a car around you on the grass, which is Kuna Matata down in 9th place. I don't know whether he got tagged there. So we'll have to look to see if anyone's got damage. No. Get on board with Tycho now, see if Tycho's got damage on his front wing. No, 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 it's looking like he's had a moment on his own. The biggest winner here is Egliosha. As the sun comes out at Monza circuit. Safety car is in this lap. Stanman now is going to control the pace now from Ascari down the back straight to Parabolica. He'll be watching his map to see the safety car coming in the pits. Weaving now to get as much heat as he can into their mediums. He knows the cars behind him are on mediums, as well as the cars right down the grid are on the softs. Safety car is just coming out of Parabolica now and just cutting into the pits now. As we can see it just pulling off now. And Stanaman's going for it. Hard on the throttle. No one's allowed to pass until the start and finish line. And normal racing resumes. Here comes MSA Samad up the inside of Stanaman. Looks like it's going to be a done move. And Conrad pushes his way, no, Tycho, sorry, pushes his way through in the Red Bull. Stanman down to P3 now. Conrad now will be all over the back of him. But of course the soft runners, their tyres will be up to temperature. And they are going to be absolutely blisteringly quick round here. Conrad, what can he do? A little lock up there. On board now behind. Carton Legend P6 on the soft tyres. Will be pushing. Now everyone would have saved fuel under the safety car as per normal. And a lot of them will be in rich mode. Burning a little bit of the overtake, as we can see Carton Legend now. Burning a little bit of his overtake, but he'll keep it above 60%. That's where you want to be in the sweet spot. Into Ascari we go on Carton Legend. And we're looking good. Out of Ascari. Tight on the gearbox. He'll be using a little bit of overtake now to try and get a move on GTR Lion before Parabolica. He might hang it round the outside, which he does. Hard on the throttle now. It's a done move. Excellent move by Carton Legend. Up to P5. Now he's on his way. Conrad, P4. Got Carton Legend now all over his gearbox. Will Carton Legend go for a move down into turn 1? No, thought better of it. Into turn 2. Lovely through there. Conrad loses the back end. Conrad got a little bit of a problem there with the setup. Carton Legend now is all over his gearbox. Back on board with Carton Legend. Tight behind him, GTR Lion all over the back of Carton Legend. All over the back of him is Domain Zane. Drunk by Fristy, close behind, 6/10, the gap. Egliosha down to 9th. So he's dropped 2 places. Currently as it stands, Egliosha is going to be no lower than 10th place. He's only got to hold it together for the next 3 laps, including this one. Going back up to the leaders now. MSA Samad, 3.5 seconds is the gap to Tycho. Stanaman, P3, 1.5 seconds back. Conrad, a further 1.5 seconds back. But there's a massive train of cars behind Conrad. Conrad doesn't seem to have the pace, as the soft runners behind are now starting to find their pace. DRS, I think we got DRS this lap. Maybe not. Conrad, hardly any ERS in his battery. Will have burnt it. He's doing everything he possibly can to keep Carton Legend behind him. Carton Legend burning all his ERS battery as well. Trying to get into the slipstream and stay with Conrad. We are going to have DRS. And that is where the moves will be made. Stanaman pushing hard now. Trying to get into the slipstream of Tycho. As Domain Zane picks up a 3-second time penalty. This race is going to come down to time penalties. This 4-lap sprint to the end because of the safety car. There's going to be a lot of big winners and a lot of big losers. And DRS open. Up to Ascari we go. Tight on his gearbox. Into Ascari. Carton Legend is clean and clear. All depending on time penalties. Oh, Conrad loses the back end of the car. Out of Ascari. Clips the curb. Carton Legend up to P4. Conrad tight behind him. Conrad's going to go for a move down the inside into Parabolica. And he hits Carton Legend. Carton Legend stays out wide. and hangs on to that place. We're starting the last lap now, over the start and finish line. Conrad, DRS wide open. Carden Legend, dropping like a stone now. Back down to P7. Though it will come down to penalties. Carden Legend up to P6. The cars all bunched tightly together. This is what we'd like to see. Egliusha still holding on to P9. Kuna Matata sets the fastest lap on a 120.5. We'll get back on board with the leaders. MSA Samad, he's away. He's gone. There's no way they're going to catch him now. 7 seconds is the gap. Up into Ascari now for the final time. Nice in there. Keep it clean through Ascari. Tactics picking up a 3-second time penalty. That'll be massive. Not really, because 26 seconds is the gap. Tycho now down to Parabolica for the last time. Into Parabolica for the last time. And out of Parabolica. And is he going to set another fastest lap? No, and he wins the race. Congratulations to Samad. Tycho looks like to be letting Stanman go. Stanaman takes second. Tycho P3. Conrad cross the line. Carton up to P4. Drunk by Fristy 5. Egliosha up to P6. Excellent result for Egliosha. 8 points for him tonight. Conrad drops to 7th. Domain Zane 8th. GTR Lion 9th. Tactics gets P10. Kuna Matata rounds out 11th and last place. Penalties play a big part in the races. And especially in this race with like 4 laps to go under safety car conditions. If you've got penalties, Egliosha gets driver of the day for the spaces he made up starting P15. Good driver of the day for Egliosha. Good race. Now we'll get to see the timing sheets and to see what penalties everyone had. But as I've said in previous streams, time penalties is where it'll win you a race and lose you the race. Just wait for the timing screens now. And as we can see, there's a load of time penalties, see? Further down the grid, loads of time penalties. Just get the screenshot photos for the stewards. But yeah, it was a good race. It was good to see Egliosha getting P6 tonight. But it's on we go now. Next week, France. Beautiful track, France, since it's on the calendar. But if anyone out there that's spectating is thinking about getting F1, yeah, I'd say definitely get it. And if you're thinking about joining a league, just message myself, Number1TAFFY, or Not Penny's Boat, and join PSF1. Thank you very much for watching the stream tonight, and I'll see you all again next week in France. Thank you.